Hello everyone and welcome back to the final chapter in my play series, My Next Life as a Villainess, chapter 3 of the Common Root. I think it said Bolt from the Blue or something like that.
無事戻ってこられたわ。
Looks like she actually made it back to the party on her own. No one escorted her this time. Yeah, as I said, this is the final chapter in my play series, and then I'll have a review, and then it's going to be on to the next game, and I'm going to be so sad to put this down. I'll just have to go and watch the anime just to satisfy my needs of not wanting this to be over. So, let's see. Looks like Catarina finally made it back safely. No pirates have attacked just yet. After going to the bathroom and getting lost, I managed to make my own way back to the party room, thankfully.
カタリナ様、ご無事でよかったです。なかなか戻られないので心配していたんですのよ。よかったです、カタリナ様が戻られて。みんなごめんね、心配かけちゃって。ちょっと迷子になっちゃって。ジオルド様たちは？アラン様とジオルド様、ニコル様でしたらカタリナ様を探しに先ほど会場を出られましたわ。
Oh really? They still left to go look for her, but none of them found her. Wow, I should apologize to them later.
じゃあ私も探しに行った方がいいような。
Oh, she gonna go look for them?
いいえ、ある程度探したら一度こちらへ戻ってくるはずですし、大丈夫ですわ。
She's like, no need.
せっかくカタリナ様とゆっくり過ごせるチャンスですもの。邪魔者が少ないに越したことはありませんわ。ん？メアリー、どうしたの？いいえ、なんでもありませんわ。それよりお料理をもっと食べませんか？料理！
That's all you had to say. Speaking of which, I was still in the middle of eating. I have yet to get my fill. I still haven't touched any of the desserts. Yeah, if I try to find the others, we might just miss each other again. I follow Mary's suggestion here and return to the feast while awaiting everyone's return. It's a rare chance to try these sumptuous Quidian delicacies after all. Actually, I say this is my #1 reason for being on board. I head to the assortment and Maria, Sophia, and Mary immediately begin to hand me various dishes.
さあカタリナ様、こちらをどうぞ。
They're gonna give you a stomach ache.
カタリナ様、こちらの料理も美味しかったですわ。カタリナ様、こちらは珍しいクイードの料理だそうです。ありがとう。
We're gonna ask Mary for help. Actually, Actually, I don't really feel like reading them. I'm just gonna go through the ask Mary for help.
手が塞がってるから。
Oh my goodness.
メアリー、食べさせてくれる？もちろんですわ。はい、カタリナ様。
Oh my goodness.
おいしい。
Okay, you know what? I am curious. Let's go back. Okay, I'm gonna ask Sophia for help.
手が塞がってるから、ソフィアのそれ食べさせてくれる？私でよろしいのですか？では遠慮なく。はい、カタリナ様。カタリナ様、こちらも美味しいですわ。
She's like, I just can't stand it.
ありがとう。もちろんもらうわ。
Okay, what does Maria do?
ありがとう。
Ask Maria.
手が塞がってるから、マリア、食べさせてもらってもいい？でもよろしいのでしょうか？
She's the only one that's not really happy. Maria looks around nervously. With so many nobles around, she must be worried it might look inappropriate.
大丈夫よ。みんな料理より社交に夢中で誰もこっちを気にしていないし。ってことでお願い、マリア。はい。では、カタリナ様。おいしい。ずるいです、そんな。カタリナ様、こちらもどうぞ。ありがとう。もちろんもらうわ。
Let's just do it again. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's just follow the route. We're gonna go down, do Mary first.
ありがとう。ずるいですわ、メアリ様。私のも食べてください、カタリナ様。ありがとう。もちろんもらうわ。
The girls feed me food as fast as I can gobble it down. You know, there's still a lot of food left, maybe because there aren't as many people as yesterday. It would be a waste to leave leftovers, so I have no choice but to bear this burden. This one is delicious too, and that was not bad at all. I munch and munch non-stop. At first, everyone was happy to indulge me, but now they start to look worried. Just don't go down your doomer in the coals and just get too large that you can't get off the ship when it sinks.
カタリナ様、そんなにお皿に取られて大丈夫ですか？あまり食べ過ぎるとお腹を壊されてしまうのでは？これくらいならまだまだ平気よ。それにクイードの料理はこの船でしか食べられないんだもの。食べそびれて後悔したくないわ。確かにまだソルシエにはクイードの料理が入ってきていませんが。ええ、だからここでたくさん食べておくのよ。ここでしか食べられないなんて。
As I continue to chew, I hear Maria giggle next to me.
ではカタリナ様が気に入った料理を帰ったら再現できないか試してみますね。本当？はい。
Memory scenario. Selfishly sought happiness. That day I was borrowing the cafeteria's kitchen again to try out a new recipe. Difficult. I wanted to bring Lady Catarina a dessert fancier than usual to express my gratitude.
いつも嬉しそうにしてくださるけれど、もっとカタリナ様に喜んでもらいたい。笑顔を見たい。
I started baking with a heart full of wishes to make her happy. However, since it was my first time I tried the recipe, I ended up making a small mistake. Seeing its distorted shape was heartbreaking. It was likely because I forgot to consider the rise of the cake while it baked.
これではカタリナ様に渡せそうにない。
Though only the shape was awkward, it was meant to be a special cake for her. It was disappointing to make a mistake after so much hard work, but I wanted to bake a cake truly deserving of her approval. It would be a waste to throw it away. I decided to eat it myself and learn from it. I began to measure out the ingredients again from scratch, but just then...
何かいい匂いが。ってマリア？カタリナ様！
To my surprise, Lady Catarina herself arrived in the kitchen. I quickly tried to hide the failed cake from view, but her nose was undeterred by my desperate attempts. It led her right to the cake behind me.
それケーキ？うわー、美味しそう！しかも出来たてだなんて。食べたい。ねえマリア、食べてもいいかしら？
Lady Catarina stared at the cake as she asked. I struggled to think of an explanation. It was true that I originally made it for Lady Catarina, but even so I considered it a failure. I was hesitant to have her eat what felt like scraps.
でも せっかくカタリナ様が食べたいと言ってくださっているし。
While I struggled with my words, Lady Catarina shook her head and took a shaky step back from the cake.
ごめんなさい。よく見たらラッピングの道具もあるし、きっと誰かにあげる予定だったのよね。それなのに私ったらつい美味しそうで無理を言ってしまったわ。本当にごめんなさい、マリア。
Lady Catarina started to lower her head in apology, so I hurriedly waved my hands.
いえ、違うんです。これはそもそもカタリナ様にお送りしようと思って作っていたもので。え？私に？はい。いつも喜んで食べていただけるのが嬉しくて、たまにはもう少し難しいお菓子に挑戦しようと作っていたんです。ですが、見ての通り形が崩れてしまって、だからこれは練習用にしてまた作り直そうと思っていたところなんです。え？崩れてってどこが？
Lady Catarina tilted her head in confusion. Maybe she didn't care about the shape much.
それより聞き間違いでなければ私に送ろうと思って作っていたって、それ本当？
She's like, give me a piece.
はい。
I nodded a little nervously, but Lady Catarina responded with a beaming smile.
それじゃあこれは私が食べてもいいってことかしら？ですが、本当によろしいのですか？型崩れしてしまったケーキですが。別に私は崩れていると思わないわ。それにこんなにいい匂いがしているからもう我慢の限界なのよ。別に私は崩れていると思わないわ。それにこんなにいい匂いがしているからもう我慢の限界なのよ。ということで、マリアさえ良ければ食べたいのだけれど、食べていいかしら？
Lady Catarina looked at me with starry eyes. It reminded me of the time she kindly ate my cupcakes that had been knocked into the grass. Back then, she ate and ate without a single word of complaint. She even apologized for eating so many. Maybe Lady Catarina remembered that too and was trying to do the same thing. More than anything, the way she waited for my permission was so cute that I couldn't help but smile. See her so eager to try my cake made me so happy, so I nodded, a bit embarrassed.
はい、どうぞ。やったー！じゃあ、いただきまーす！
Lady Catarina took out a fork and plate from thin air and practically started to eat the slice before I had finished cutting it for her. She took a big piece and threw it into her mouth. A moment later, her eyes lit up.
おいしい！マリア、このケーキすっごくおいしいわ！
Lady Catarina continued to eat the cake like that without slowing down. Before I realized it, the cake shrunk to half its original size. I could no longer tell that it was misshapen when I first took it out of the oven.
本当においしい！やっぱりマリアの作るお菓子は最高だわ！
Lady Catarina happily ate my cake without complaining about the taste. To me, the cake was an utter failure, but she was completely unbothered. The cake seemed to disappear even faster than usual. In the end, I was relieved to see that she enjoyed the taste.
カタリナ様のお口にあったようでよかった。
If she liked the cake, I'd make sure that the next one was going to be absolutely perfect. Nothing motivated me more than Lady Catarina's smiling face as she ate. Next time it would be neatly wrapped and both look and taste even better. I promised that to myself. Maria gives me a big smile. I feel a sudden urge to fawn over her. Maria is such an angel. That's an Atomi game heroine for you. It has been about a year since I met Maria, the heroine of Fortune Lover. Although I met her more recently compared to the others, it feels as though we've already been friends. She seems more relaxed today, I'm glad. Yesterday she was boxed in by Set and Ryle and bombarded with questions. Today's crowd is much smaller. Maria is a commoner, so she is still unused to gatherings like these. I smile, seeing her looking more at ease.
タリナ様、どうかしましたか？
今日はマリアも楽しめているようでよかったなって思ったの。昨日は囲まれちゃって大変そうだったから。
カタリナ様、心配してくださってありがとうございます。でもこれも必要なことですし、頑張ります。
I wouldn't call it necessary, but considering Maria is such a hard worker, I'm sure she has her own reasons.
じゃあ私も応援してるわね。
ありがとうございます、カタリナ様。
Maria smiles gently, as radiant as ever. I smile to myself, thinking about my wonderful friends as I enjoy the cuisine, witty and dish to my heart's content.
じゃあ私も応援してるわね。
When Lady Catarina speaks those words, I feel the warmth radiate inside me. My very first and most precious friend upon entering the academy. She was the only one who noticed my efforts.
カタリナ様と一緒にいたい。これからもずっと可能な限り。
This chapter sounds like it's going to be about like her friendship with the girls instead of the guys, which is nice. Nice change of pace. I think back to the day that Lady Catarina first defended me. I fondly recall how my feelings for her have grown ever since. After entering the academy,
平民のくせに少し光の魔力を持っているからって生徒会に選ばれて調子に乗っているんじゃないわよ。学力のテストだって魔力が特別だからひいきされたに決まっているわ。
no matter what I did, everyone always told me that it was only thanks to my magic. Ever since the day my magic awakened, those rumors have followed me everywhere. If I could have given it all away, I gladly would have. I never wanted this, I thought, before noticing the noble woman raising her hand. In her palm appeared a ball of flame.
調子に乗っているんじゃないわよ。
I had been slapped and had my feet stepped on, but no one ever harassed me with their magic. I stood there in a daze, merely staring blankly at the fire. It was Lady Catarina who came to my aid, and then she said,
あなたたち一体何をしているの？そもそも光の魔力を持っているからひいきされているだなんて言いがかりもいいところだわ。この学園は完璧な実力主義であってひいきなんて存在しないわ。マリアちゃんはそれは努力しているのよ。テストはその努力の結果なのよ。
Lady Catarina accepted me for who I was. I would never cheat on a test. I only managed to do well by studying hard. But no one ever seemed to notice. I thought no one ever would. Yet Lady Catarina saw it all.
生徒会のみんなも私もマリアちゃんが光の魔力を持っているから一緒にいるんじゃないわ。努力家で何にでも一生懸命なマリアちゃんが好きだから一緒にいるのよ。
Aww. Her words brought tears to my eyes. Before long, they streamed down my cheeks. From the day I gained light magic, everyone has always seen me as something different. No matter how hard I worked, they would always attribute it to my powers or presumed special treatment. Everyone saw me as the special girl with light magic. No one saw Maria Campbell. But Catarina was not like that. She liked Maria Campbell and wanted to be around her.
だから私は卒業してもずっとカタリナ様のそばにいたい。
After I first entered the academy, I had only wanted to graduate and return home to live a quiet life. But everything is different now.
許される限りカタリナ様と一緒にいたい。
あ、マリア、このケーキすっごく美味しいの。上に乗ってる果物も初めて食べるわ。 食べなきゃ絶対損よ。はい、
カタリナ様。
Lady Catarina suddenly holds out a piece of cake to me. It surprises me, but seeing her smile makes me smile too.
美味しいでしょ。
はい、とても。この果物、ソルシエでも手に入るようでしたら再現できないか研究してみますね。
本当？ありがとう、マリア。
Lady Catarina says that and goes right back to eating. The sight warms my heart. I am a mere commoner without any right to stand alongside Prince Giorgio, Lady Catarina, and everyone else. Lady Catarina is the daughter of a duke, so standing at her side would require equal social status. That is why I participated in this party. If I can improve my name in the social world, it will be time well spent. I feel awkward and out of place, but I know this is an important opportunity. That is why I'm here.
だから私も頑張らないと。
I wish to gain the sort of status that would allow me to stay by her side. Lately, I am considering the Department of Magic. I do not know the best course of action for my future, but I am certain of my goal, if nothing else. After finishing dessert at the party, I rub my tummy, feeling full. I am enjoying some tea with Mary and the others.
いやー、よく食べた。美味しかったわね。
とても美味しかったですわ。はい、この紅茶もとても美味しいです。
Today I managed to try every single dish, so I am satisfied. There were not nearly as many people to meet today, and everyone gave me their recommendations, so I got to eat my fill. I will sleep well tonight. But Keith is feeling sick, so he didn't get to try any of the delicious food. At least the cookies are wrapped, so I sneaked some in my pockets to bring to him. And she actually gave it to him in his route too. It's cute. I contemplate methods to bring him some of the dishes as well when I notice Set and Rao coming our way. Oh, and Frederick. As ever, they are accompanied by Quid's Rear Admiral Frederick.
マリア嬢、今晩のパーティーは楽しまれておりますかな。
セット様にライル様。はい、お気遣いありがとうございます。
それは良かったです。ところでぜひまた光の魔力について詳しくお話をお伺いしたいのですが。
No, go away. Huh? He's going to talk to Maria again today? Rao seems indifferent, but Seth appears deeply interested in Maria. If anything, he is more enthusiastic than yesterday.
それでよろしければぜひ明日は私に自慢の船の設備を案内させていただきたいと思っていまして。
Isn't it weird to give like a random commoner girl a personalized tour of the ship?
ですが。
If anything, you should give Prince Giorgio the tour. Maria is beautiful and she's got great grades in amazing light magic, but she looks around troubled by his aggressive advances. I take a step forward, intending to intervene, but then... Attack! Suddenly, the ship shakes violently, almost causing me to lose balance. What's going on?
これはいけない。マリア嬢、こちらへ。フレデリック。
Oh, is he trying to capture her during this?
はっ。
Frederick stands before us, but then another voice pipes up.
おっと、逃げよったってそうはいかねえよ。
Nova, you're my favorite. Huh? Frederick is shot in his dominant hand and staggers. I look up to find a man donning an eye patch, seemingly a pirate. Wow, he actually shot him? Oh, but we've already
この
had that
船は
CG.
俺たちバイス海賊団が制圧した。命の保証が欲しかったらおとなしくしな。
I want a different CG. Pirates. I stare, confused by the abrupt chaos. The Quidian soldiers in charge of security engage in battle with the pirates.
海
海賊だとそのバカな。へっ、怪我したくなきゃおとなしくしな。
俺はバイス海賊団船長シルバだ。白暗の悪魔っていや通じるか。
What's going on? And I didn't just hear about the didn't I just hear about the pirates recently?
海賊の襲撃にあって船が沈むか。ちょっと見てみたかったな。
Recently, that was like in the prologue. Oh wait, isn't that the shelved Catarina Doom end? The one from the dream? In the fanbook, they mentioned Catarina's scene where the ship carrying Catarina into exile was sunk by pirates. Could this be that Doom end? Then the game isn't over yet. I thought we were nice and safe in the friendship end. You are, don't worry. At this rate, I'm heading for my doom. As I stand in shock over the sudden flag, Sophia and Mary move protectively in front of me.
カタリナ様には指一本触れさせませんわ。
They're going to shoot magic at him. Mary and Sophia use their magic to push back the approaching pirates. Meanwhile, Maria runs up to Frederick.
フレデリック様、怪我をお見せください。
Maria takes Frederick's arm and casts her light magic. Oh. See, if Frederick was a romanceable character, this is what I would imagine would soften him up. Except it would be Catarina tending to him. The wound in his arm slowly begins to heal.
ち、おいてめえら、あいつらをさっさと捕まえろ。
はっ。
Here they come. The pirates come straight for us. For some reason, the pirates are all focused on us, ignoring the rest of the scattering nobles. This is bad. If nothing else, I need to get Maria out of this hall. But Maria is still using her healing magic on Frederick. As the pirates approach her, I grab a nearby teapot.
マリアの邪魔はさせないわ。
Are the men just going to be absent this whole time? And the women are just going to like defend off the pirates? It's kind of funny. I splash some steaming hot liquid inside onto the pirates.
Gotcha.
I feel so bad for them. They're basically there to rescue them, and they're pouring hot tea on them. Alright, he flinched.
こんな時に海賊だと？そんなバカなことがあるか？
セット様、ライル様、どうかお下がりください。
Zet is a priority target here. Mary uses her water magic to shield him and Ryle, while Sophia blasts the pirates with wind magic. Oh, are the satches taking effect? But they are unable to push them back. It is all they can do to keep them at bay. Despite their best efforts, the pirates are inching closer and closer. Fortunately, Maria has completely finished healing Frederick's wounds.
おお、これが光の魔力、奇跡の癒しの力か。海賊どもの狙いもこれか。ならば何が何でも海賊どもにマリア城を奪われるわけにはいかぬな。
ええ。では閣下、ここは私に任せて、彼女たちと共に先にお逃げください。
やむをえん。ベルダー公爵、ここはフレデリクに任せていきましょう。
わかりました。マリア城、メアリ城にソフィア城、カタリナ城も早くこちらに。
でもフレデリック様は。
He's a soldier, let him deal with it. I hesitate to agree with leaving him here alone, but Frederick draws his sword and cuts down the pirates before him with ease.
Huh.
Until you fight Silva.
おい、近づけねえぞ。閣下、お早く。
ああ、頼むぞ。
Frederick sweeps his sword with amazing speed while Set and the others begin to evacuate. I take one last glance as they exit the hall, and Frederick is fighting fiercely. He really is a sight to behold. After that, we flee desperately from the party hall. But no matter where we go, the sounds of fighting follows us. It feels like we will be caught no matter where we go. What do I do? Where are Keith, Giorgio, Ella, and Nicole? That's what I want to know.
それで今はどこへ向かっているんですか？
I ask as we keep running. Raul turns to me, also out of breath.
通信機で救援を呼びます。そうすれば外部に非常事態を知らせることができますから。
They have something like that?
ですが、こちらは特別客室の方角では、非常時用の通信機があるのは船を制御している管理室の方ではないのですか？
No, there's two of them.
いえ、実は私の客室にも設置してあるのです。船の中枢ともいえる管理室の方には海賊どもが入り込んでいるでしょうし、私の客室の方が近い。そちらへ参りましょう。
わかりました。
We continue to run, staying out of sight of the pirates. Somehow we managed to make it to Set's room without being spotted. I'm very curious about how this is going to play out. We all shuffle inside, closing the door without a sound. Finally, I release a long-held sigh of relief. Thank goodness no one spotted us. Wait, now isn't the time for relief. We need to hurry and call for help. I scan the room for the emergency transmitter. Set approaches the mirror hung on the wall.
確かこれだったか。ここをこうして。
この鏡に見えるのが救援用の通信機なのですか？
ええ、ソルシエの魔法省で開発された最新の魔法道具だそうです。
魔法省が？
会話などはできませんが、文字情報で非常事態と船の位置情報を即座に知らせることができる魔法道具だと聞いております。
おお、そのはずだが。
Did he even use it? Nothing is happening. No matter how much Set plays with the dial, there is no response. I don't think it's calling for a rescue.
これで救援が呼べると聞いていたはずだが。
Yeah, but you weren't sure how to use it.
確か正常に作動した場合は光ると言っておりましたよね。
でも一度も光ってないですよね。
つまり失敗作ということか。
Huh? It could work fine, but you're using it wrong.
だから魔法道具などに頼るのは私は反対だったのだ。
You just weren't told how to use it. You're not important. It's for sorcerer use, not you.
通信機くらい我がクイードの技術で開発できていれば。いや、今さら嘆いても仕方あるまい。救援を呼ぶのは諦めるとしよう。
He's giving up.
よければそちらの魔法道具を私にも近くで見せてください。もしかしたら使えるかもしれませんし。
おい、あいつらどこに行った？早く捕らえないと船長に怒られるぞ。
近いですね。
やむをえん。公爵、脱出隊の準備を。我々だけでひとまずこの船から脱出しましょう。
ええ、わかりました。
Rael begins to prepare an escape boat past the balcony.
私たちだけって他のみんなは？
Not just our friends, but the other passengers too. I would be too worried to make a break for it without them.
ですが乗客全員が一斉に逃げるのは無理ですからな。ひとまず我々だけでも脱出しましょう。うまくすれば助けを求められますから。さあマリア女、小型艇にお早く。
Wait, why did he only call for Maria? This all feels strange. I anxiously look to the door.
じゃあ私は残るわ。みんなが心配ですから。
なら私も残りますわ。私もお兄様たちが心配ですし、この船に残ります。
怪我人がいるかもしれませんし、私も残ります。セット様、ライル様、救援を呼ぶのはお二人にお任せします。
ですが、
いけません。相手は海賊ですし、マリア城はソルシエでも珍しい光の魔力保持者です。捕まったら一体何をされるか。
As Set attempts to convince Maria, we hear a series of groans outside the door.
今度は一体何が。
Is it the boys? As I ask that, the door violently swings open and drowns out my words. Oh.
カカ、ご無事ですか。遅くなりました。
It wasn't the boy. Well, it was a boy, but.
フレデリク、よく来た。光の魔力保持者をこちらに。そのものだけでもいい。連れて脱出するぞ。
He's like, manhandle her. She's not coming. She's not coming willingly. Project sweeps into the room, lifting Maria into the air on Set's shoulders. What? Oh, Set's orders. Oh my god. Project sweeps into the room, lifting Maria into the air on Set's orders. By the next moment, Set, Rout, and Frederick have already boarded the escape boat.
Maria! Catarina-sama!
I rush to the balcony as Maria calls my name. I can see her struggling in Frederick's arms. Set places a handkerchief over her mouth and she goes limp. Oh my goodness.
そんな！マリア！マリア！
チェ、遅かったか。
Hey, you finally showed up. A moment later, the pirate captain appears in the doorway. He aims his gun at the departing raft.
待って！マリアたちの乗った船を撃つの？
撃てるものなら獲物を横取りしやがったあの野郎どもだけでも撃ってやりたいけどな。この距離じゃ無理だ。
With that, the little boat Maria is on drifts further and further away. She gradually fades into the inky darkness of the night. Oh no, Maria. It could be one thing if Set was simply protecting her, but it did not seem like they were merely going to help. It was more like they took her by force and knocked her out like a kidnapping.
おい、海図持ってこい。
At his order, the pirates rush over with bundles of maps in hand and spread them over the table. The captain looks over them, a deep wrinkle on his brows.
この潮の流れだと可能性としてはこことここ、それとここか。
He circles a few islands and hands the chart back to the other pirates.
追いかけるなら俺たちの船よりもこっちの船の方が早い。絶対に光の魔力保持者を奪われるわけにはいかねえ。分かってるな。急いで動かすぞ。
はい。
The captain barks orders and the pirates disperse frantically.
待って！私も手伝うわ！
はあ？
カタリナ様！だってあなたたちはさらわれたマリアを助けに行くんでしょ。なら私も手伝うわ。
バカかお前は。どうしたらそういう発想になるんだよ。
だってマリアは大切な友人だし。
忘れてねえか。お前らも俺らにとっては獲物で、俺らはお前らにとっての敵だ。ってことで、お前らにとっては残念ながら拘束して王子様らと一緒におとなしくしててもらう。
Tie you up. They didn't do that any other route.
だいたい王子様らがうるせえんだよ。カタリナ・クラエスは無事かってな。
That explains where he went.
待って、 それってジオルド様たちを捕まえてるってこと？ひどいことはしてないわよね。
それは自分の目で確かめろ。
He pats me roughly on the head, signaling the door with his chin.
ってことで早くこの3人を王子様らのいる部屋に連れて行け。
イエスサ
A few of the pirates surround us. In the end, we're captured by the pirates. Bye.
カタリナ、よかった、無事だったか。で、マリア。
それが大変なの。マリアがセット様とライル様、フレデリック様の3人にさらわれちゃったのよ。
ノーディン公たちに。ソフィア、どういうことだ？
それが光の魔力保持者を捕らえろと。
Sophia and Mary explained everything that happened in detail. We attempted to call for help, and when that failed, they suggested we escape and abandon the other passengers. He also explained how Frederick returned, betrayed Maria, and all of them fled on the raft.
なるほど。となると、ノーディン公たちが救援を呼んでくれる可能性は低そうですね。
ああ、むしろ光の魔力保持者だと認識した上で彼女に固執していたとなると、何かよからぬ企みがあるように思えるな。
よからぬ企みって？
考えたくはありませんが、人身売買か何かでしょうか。
ありえますわね。クイードの最終には後ろぐらい噂が多いとのお話でしたもの。
Really?
だが問題は、なぜマリアに固執していたかだ。もし人身売買か何かが目的だとすると、同じく魔力持ちであるメアリたちに全く見向きもしなかったのは妙だ。
ええ、魔力持ちというだけで希少性はありますから、誰でもいいはずです。それでもマリアに固執する理由があるとすれば。
Could it be? I remember Seth's expression as he pestered Maria at the parties. I can feel the blood drain from my face. He's trying to make her his wife. That's terrible. I think back to the parties. Seth appeared to be unmarried. Normally married couples would attend these sorts of events together. I cannot recall hearing anything about a wife either. Maybe he really did kidnap Maria to make her his. I have to rescue Maria, stat.
理由があるとすれば、マリアが稀有な光の魔力保持者なので、政治的に何か利用しようと。って、カタリナは聞いていませんね。
Nope. Maria, please be safe. Maria's an Atomi protagonist. I know how angelic and beautiful she is, but this is too far. The more I think about it, the more I am certain of its dark fate. I rise to my feet. I have to do something. We sit back and let the pirates handle it. It might be too late. No choice. I'll find another escape raft and...
カタリナ、どこへ行くつもりですか？
He's like, what are you doing?
マリアを助けるために脱出艇でも探しに行こうかと思ったんです。手遅れになったら大変ですから。
I should have said something about being Seth's wife. That would have been funny.
いや、そこはこの船で向かった方が早いだろう。シルバたちもこのままマリアを追うと言っていたのだろう。
ええ、追いかけるなら自分たちの船よりもこちらの船の方が早いと言いながら海図を見ていましたわ。潮の流れから逆算して向かった可能性のある島をいくつか抽出しているようでしたし、多分きちんと追いかけてくれるとは思います。
Well, I suppose he did say something about not letting them get away with their prey.
ですので、一応マリアを追うという部分については海賊たちを信用して良さそうです。
But then you have another problem. You have the pirates in possession of her, and you guys don't trust them yet, right?
問題はその後のことですが。
Okay, that's what I thought.
その後？
海賊がこの船を襲った理由なんてろくなものではないはずです。彼らの獲物であるマリアを取り戻したら、僕たちを含めた乗客をどうするか考えたくもありませんね。
Oh, that's right. I remember the violence and chaos that occurred when they first stormed the party hall, an ominous omen. He called her their prey. Could they want to hold her for ransom or human trafficking? Either way, it'd be awful.
どうします？
As I panic over the possibilities, Yorda and the others look towards the door, their expressions grim.
マリアを助けるのを最優先にするとしても、僕たちもどこかのタイミングで脱出の機会を図らなければなりません。
脱出か。そう容易ではないだろうな。
そうですね。噂に聞くバイス海賊団の戦闘力を思えば、あまり真正面からは戦いたくない相手です。
それに先ほどは俺たちの船と言っていましたし、その言葉を聞く限り彼らバイス海賊団の船もそう遠くないところを構想しているはずですわ。
となると、万が一海賊船が追いついてきたら、そちらも相手にしなければならないかもしれません。
俺たちだけでこの船を取り戻せるかは向こうの人数次第か。むやみに暴れるのは得策じゃなさそうだな。
ひとまず先にマリアを取り戻す方法を模索しておいた方が良さそうです。
そうですね。
Maria is my biggest worry right now. I believe things will work out in the end, but I need to take action.
話によると、潮の流れに沿って小型艇が漂着する島を予測し、今はそこに向かっているはずですから。
となると、目的の島に着いた時が海賊の監視から逃れる好機だな。
ええ。しかし、そこでマリアを無事に取り戻すことができたとして、問題はその後です。その島にあるのは相手方が使った小型艇だけでしょうし、海賊たちに追われては逃げきれません。
そうだな。海の中の孤島で助けたところで俺たちが揃ってまた捕まるなんてこともあり得るはずだ。
そうですね。移動手段は現実的に考えて海賊たちに占拠されたこのビンクルム号しかありませんから。
となると島に着くまでの間に海賊たちのこともどうにかしてビンクルム号を取り戻す必要があるってことか。
ええ。どちらにしろ乗客全員を海賊から救い、ソルシエに帰る必要がありますから。
やっぱり海賊たちにビンクルム号が占拠されているこの状況を何とかしないとならないか。
You guys are not gonna be able to do unless Silva's gone, then maybe you can.
まず気になるのが医務室にいるキースだな。
本当だ、キースがい
今気づいたのか。
いやー、ついマリアの方が気になりすぎてしまってて。
I'm still worried about her, but now I also have to contend with Keith's absence. But I don't know if the pirates would be willing to take us to see him. These are the pirates who shot Frederick without hesitation. They are ruthless. Wait, I think I'm forgetting something important. That's right, the fan book. If I think about it, this could be part of the shelved Catarina Doom Inn that was mentioned in the fan book. If I approach the pirates carelessly in this situation, I get the feeling I might really meet my doom end. Wait, but the protagonist Maria was kidnapped, so then is the story ongoing? Anyway, this is the same world as Fortune Lover, so Catarina's doom end could spring out at any moment. Gotta be careful.
それでどうします？まず状況を把握しなければ動きようがありませんが。
それなら俺が風の魔力を使おう。音を拾い集めれば状況も確認できるはずだ。
Nicole activates his wind magic, placing his ear to the door and concentrating. Soon he sighs.
キースは変わらず医務室にいるようだな。この部屋はそこまで医務室と距離があるわけではなさそうだ。うまくすれば俺の声を届けられるかもしれない。
本
当？ああ、こうなればキースと連携してうまいこと海賊たちを出し抜けるかもしれないな。
では島が近づくまでの間に作戦を練りましょう。海賊たちを出し抜きマリアを助けるために。
Yay, the strategy's finally over. We start to prepare in secret as the ship heads towards the islands. But after a few days of cruising from island to island, we are at a loss.
海賊の終わりにみんな親切ね。
I mean, after all that planning, you guys are still stuck in the same room after 3 days. They give us 3 spare meals a day, and they're also delicious. And when I asked for snacks, they just brought some. When we requested a change of clothes, they brought all of our luggage to us.
確かにこの待遇は妙ですね。
ああ、外の音も拾ってはいるが、海賊たちがソルシエの乗客を乱暴に扱っている様子はない。
僕たちを売るつもりだとしてもここまで待遇を良くする必要はないはずですが。けれどまあおかげでキースとも連絡が取れましたし、作戦の前準備としては完璧ですね。
ええ。
We all prepare so as to be ready at any time. I grip my fist in determination. Ellen, who is keeping watch from the window, suddenly exclaims.
島影が見えてきたぞ。
あれが次の目的の島でしょうか。
今度こそマリアがいるといいんだけど。
I thought they were taking their ships to go look for Maria, but why is the Vinculum just like following along? We have already stopped at numerous islands, though it seems there were no signs of the small boat, Maria, or her kidnappers. I can't help but worry we are already too late. Nicole, continuing to listen to the corridor, nods to us.
今、あの島の浜辺に小型艇が確認できたという話が聞こえてきた。
After 3 days, they're still there.
小型艇ってマリアが乗せられたやつよね。じゃあ今度こそマリアがいるんだわ。
それなら作戦決行ですね。
In response to Giordo's words, Nicole nods, using his wind magic to signal Keith. Nicole whispers something to Keith through his wind, and a moment later, a huge commotion can be heard outside.
おい、なんだあれは。妙なもんが廊下を塞いでるぞ。しかも動いてる。
That must mean Keith has made his move.
連携はうまくいったようだな。
Hearing the panic powers outside, we nod to one another. Another loud thud falls from outside. Hearing something move, I strike a victory pose. Yes, so far the plan is a success. The mainstay of the plan is Keith's earth magic. To kick things off, Keith gathered up all the dirt he could find on board with magic and used it to create a golem. The golem is now rampaging around distracting the pirates so we can escape all the dirt, huh? From like the little tiny pots. How did he find so much dirt on the ship? I know, right? Giordo handled the bulk of the planning, so I am unsure of the details. This is a total mystery. Either way, Keith created this opportunity. The next part is up to us.
よーし、じゃあキースが暴れてくれてる間に脱出するわよ。
It's funny.
ってあれ開かない。
おい、何扉を開けようとしてるんだ。この騒ぎは俺たちが何とかするから、お前たちはいいからおとなしくしてろ。
He sounds so panicked.
やはり見張りはいなくなってはいなかったようですね。
Just burst it down. It's fine.
けれど とりあえずほとんどの海賊たちは土人形に引きつけられているはずです。
Use those legs.
ここで扉を破壊してもすぐに駆けつけてくる者はいないでしょ
う。では扉を破壊しますわ。行きますわよ。私ももちろん加勢します。
I was hoping they'd kick down the door.
ああ、行くぞ。
Nicole, Mary, and Sophia unleashed their magic all at once, and so the door blasts off the hinges.
なんだ
The guards see the door go flying and come rushing to the room, but
は
knock him out. The guards are graciously subdued and knocked unconscious by Giordo and Alan.
それでこちらで縛っておけば大丈夫ですわね。
Graciously subdued.
ええ。
Sophia and I grabbed the ropes we made from torn up bed sheets to tie up the guards. By the time we turn back around, Giorda and the others have frisked the guards. The student council lives up to its reputation. Steal all their weapons.
武器も取り上げましたし、これで大丈夫ですね。
じゃあ早速キースとの合流場所へ行くわよ。はい。
We exit the room and sneak down the hall, taking care not to be spotted by pirates. When we arrive at the rendezvous point on deck, Keith is already there.
キース！
姉さん、よかった。元気そうで。
Hey, they gave him his clothes too.
私はバッチリ元気よ。キースこそ大丈夫？まだ顔色が悪いような気がするけれど、魔力も使ったし体調に影響があったんじゃ。
大丈夫だよ、姉さん。陸地に出れば問題ないから。心配してくれてありがとう。
So he says, but his skin is still pallid. It seems like his seasickness is still affecting him. I don't know why it would, because if he's been in the infirmary this whole time after 3 days, he should feel just fine from the herbs.
それでキス、守備はどうですか？移動しながらも観葉植物に使われていた土を使って土人形でか乱してきたので、動ける手勢は減らせたはずです。ですが一人だけ並外れた動きをする海賊がいて、すぐに土人形が破壊されたのを確認しました。
Silva?
キースが作った土人形があんなに強い。
My bad. I remember bumping into one as a child. It is shocking to hear it could be beaten. I wonder just how powerful that pirate must be. Keith smiles wryly and shakes his head.
いや、船の上じゃほとんど土なんてなかったからね。鉢やクッションや毛布、いろんなものを包み込む形で無理やり土人形を作って動かしたんだ。表面を覆っている土しか操れないから、当然強度も足りなくて、全部土で作っていた人形のようにはいかなかったんだ。
そうだったの。
After all, he would need about as much earth as an entire farm patch to make a large golem like that. On the ship, there was only a little soil to begin with, whatever was used for the decorative plants.
なるほど。できれば島に着くまでに完全に全ての海賊の動きを封じておきたかったところですが。
話を聞く限りではそれも難しそうだな。
Rose is going to appear and let you guys in on it, so you guys stop resisting them.
どうする？海賊を全員縛ってから上陸してマリアを探しに行ければと思っていたが。
そもそも風の魔力で音を拾う限り想定の倍以上の海賊が動き出している。この人数で無効化するのは難しそうだ。
海賊の対処を先にするか、 マリアを探しに行くのが先か悩ましいところですが。
In that moment, I catch the sound of dripping water.
カタリナ様、こちらへいらしてください。
As the rain begins to fall, we all rush to a nearby awning. The day quickly becomes a downpour, and we all end up drenched.
雨が降ってきちゃいましたけど、どうします？雨が降ってたら逃げ出すのが難しくなっちゃったような。
いえ、むしろ逃げ出すなら好都合です。この視界ならば追うのも難しいでしょうしね。
それにこの視界ならこのまま見とがめられずに船を降りられる可能性もある。
Just don't fall overboard this time.
ええ、そうすればマリアを取り戻した後に隙をついて改めてビンクルム号を彼らの手から奪還するチャンスが生まれるかもしれません。無効化できなかったのは残念ですが、今は一旦海賊たちから逃れてマリアの捜索を優先させましょう。
We then load into the escape raft and descend from the ship unseen. We reach the shore before the pirates and immediately set out to find Maria. I don't understand how you guys can row faster than a ship. I just don't understand. Still.
蛇が出そうですね。
I forgot you built like snakes. As Giorgio says, this island is lush with wildlife. It definitely has the deserted island feel. If it weren't for the current situation, I would have loved to take a stroll through the woods. In my previous life, I grew up in the countryside surrounded by greenery, so I love places with a natural vibe. But while I'm in my element, the others, who come from upper-class backgrounds, approach the situation anxiously.
大丈夫よソフィア。ほらすぐ取ったから。
カタリナ様、ありがとうございます。カタリナ様、私にも同じことをしてくださいませ。
Oh my goodness.
いやでもメアリには虫がついてないような気が。
おい、早く行かないと置いていくぞ。
Alvin leads the way, cutting through the brush with a saber. I tried to catch up with him when suddenly a chill breeze blows by. Unexpectedly, it makes me sneeze.
消えるわね。
The wet from the rain amplifies the cold wind. The spring has come, it can still get cold.
大変ですわ。早くどこかで休まないと風邪をひいてしまうかもしれません。
そうですね。急いで雨をしのげる場所を探しましょう。
でも一刻も早くマリアを探した方がいいような。
この雨だからね。時間的に日没も近いし、一旦休める場所を探した方がいいと思うよ。
ああ、カタリナも震えているようだし、ソフィアも寒そうにしている。
He's right, it'd be terrible if everyone catches colds. I huddle with Sophia and Mary in hopes of blocking the wind for them even a little bit. We find a cave and decide to rest there. We pile up some relatively dry branches we gathered along the way. Relatively dry. Giorgio then takes a small stone from his pocket.
万が一の時のためにこちらも持ってきておいてよかったですね。
How convenient. Oh, okay, that's tie stone.
それは
That makes more sense. Wait, you have fire magic. Why do you need to use a stone? I don't understand. They're forbidden to use magic, but it's just them. Like, no one's gonna report it back.
ビンクルム号の照明器具に使われていた発熱性のある魔法石です。こちらを使えば。
Whatever, use the stone. Wow, it lit on fire. After a moment, the stone flickers, the pile of firewood turns ablaze.
あったかい。
You know, in Nicole's route, when they washed up on shore, I'm like, they need to get dry. They should go find a cave, take off their clothes, and go get warmed by a fire. Although, with all of them here, I doubt that's gonna happen. Thanks to the fire, I'm able to warm up a little. Mary and Sophia stick close.
これで洋服も乾かせますわね。
Use your wind magic like before.
はい、ひとまず焚き火で服が乾いて体も温まったら風の魔力で髪も乾かしますね。
It's gonna take your clothes a long time to dry by a fire.
ありがとうソフィア。カタリナ様のためなら何でもしますわ。私だって何でもします。喉が渇いたら言ってくださいね、カタリナ様。ええ、ありがとう、メアリー。
They're so nice. The three of us huddled together. The three of us huddled together by the bonfire. Not a bonfire; it's a campfire. As we do, Jordan and the others raffle through the trunk case they brought with them from the ship. Really? They brought a trunk with them? It is one of the cases from our original rooms that the pirates brought to us. Inside are various items.
保管庫へは行けなかったので食料は満足に確保できませんでしたが、とりあえず数食分は持ちますね。
ああ、ここ数日日持ちのしそうな菓子類をカタリナが海賊にねだってくれたおかげだな。
They brought rations in the form of snacks. Yes, over the past few days, we were observing the situation from our room. I guess that would be part of the plan. That makes more sense. We continued to ask the pirates for lots of sweets under the guise of boredom. Though I wasn't expecting the pirates to mention the rumors of gluttonous noblewomen. It seems people were talking about me scrapping down food at the party. Thanks to that, the pirates didn't suspect a thing.
そういえば医務室でも聞いたよ。男性の倍以上食べる令嬢がいるって。
That's because they kept feeding her more food.
そんな噂になってたの？
That's kind of embarrassing, but it was necessary in the end.
だが、それでもこの人数で何日も持つ量ではない。明日からは食料の確保をしつつ、マリアを探さなければ。
そうですね。
We discuss our plans for the next few days as we eat a light supper. The next, oh, okay. Few days is not passing, they're just planning ahead. That makes more sense. Sophia dries our hair with wind magic and it starts to make me sleepy.
そろそろ休んだ方が良さそうですね。カタリナ、メアリー、ソフィア、3人は寝ていてください。
You should offer her your lap.
あ、見張りは俺たちで行う。ゆっくり休んでくれ。
But it seems like this route is more about hanging out with the girls. So, whatever.
あ、いやいや、私も見張りを。
いや、さすがに姉さんたちには任せられないよ。
俺たち4人でも交代で見張りをすれば十分眠る時間も確保できるしな。安心して3人は眠ってくれ。
ではお言葉に甘えて休ませていただきますわ。カタリナ様、一緒に寝ましょう。
Mary has spread a blanket that was apparently in the trunk. The three of us lay side by side, and almost immediately I began to feel drowsy. I can't take it anymore. I'm too tired. As sleeping on my back, I can feel the rocks poking me. Okay, so Sophia's the answer, so we're gonna turn to all the other ones first. My back hurts. Maybe this way. I roll over and my eyes meet Mary's.
カタリナ様、眠れませんか？
That's actually the response I wasn't expecting.
いや、大丈夫よ。ちょっと背中が痛かっただけで。
カタリナ様、きっと必ず私が守りますから、安心して眠ってください。
See, she's actually cute when she's not like screaming at the others or competing for Katarina's attention. Mary smiles and pats me gently on the head. Her touch is so soft, it lulls my heavy eyelids downward.
カタリナ様、おやすみなさい。
I can feel Mary's soft voice in my ears as I slip into a deep slumber. Okay, good. I'm going to think about Maria. But Maria could be suffering right now. When I think of Maria huddled all alone, I am filled with dread. As soon as we're rested, we have to find Maria pronto.
カタリナ様、おやすみなさい。おやすみなさい、カタリナ様。
おやすみ。メアリー、ソフィア。
I take Sophia and Mary's hands, one in each of my own. Maria, we're coming, so please stay safe. I close my eyes and pray that she will be okay. Right. Now we're going to turn to Sophia. My back hurts. Maybe this way. I roll over and my eyes meet Sophia's.
カタリナ様、眠れませんか？
いやー、地面がゴツゴツしてるせいで寝づらくて。ソフィアは大丈夫？
She did boast in one of the routes that she can sleep anywhere. Apparently that's not true.
はい、こんな時に言うのは不謹慎だとは思うのですが、なんだか洞窟に野宿だなんてロマンス小説にある逃避行みたいでドキドキします。
確かにそうね。
At times like this, Sophia acts tough, refusing to trouble me with her worries. It makes me smile.
一緒に明日も頑張りましょうね。
はい。
We hold hands as Sophia smiles gently. The sight of her warm smile makes me feel drowsy. I continue to hold her hand as I drift off into a deep slumber. The next morning.
さーて、それじゃあマリアを探しに行くわよ。
Sounds like she got a good night's sleep. After a good night's rest, we resume our search. In the morning, we divide into two teams. The first will survey the island and search for Maria. The second looks for food. We have already exhausted the meager snack supply we brought with us. We will need to secure a new source by lunch.
ではキース、ニコル、ソフィア、カタリナを頼みますよ。
Oh. He's not going with? That's surprising. I guess they're on the food team.
ええ、任せてください。
ああ、安心しろ。
カタリナ様のことは任せてください。カタリナ様、どうかお気をつけて。きっと美味しい食事をお作りできるよう食材を探してみせますから。
It's the opposite.
ええ、お願いね。
So Giordo's helping look for food too? That's actually surprising. I thought he'd be surveying land. And so we split up into two teams and begin our search. This island is pretty big. We leave marks on the trees to keep from getting lost, but even still, everything starts to blur together. We move cautiously until suddenly Sophia stops and tugs on Nicole's sleeve.
お兄様、懐中時計を貸してくださいませ。
ん？それは構わないが、何に使うんだ？
こうすれば方角を知ることができるのです。前に本で読んだことがあって。
さすがソフィアね、物知りだわ。
こういう場所では方向感覚が大事だからね。すごくありがたいよ。
そんな、たまたま知っていただけですわ。
Sophia is being modest, but that kind of thing is far from common knowledge. Sophia is an avid reader whose interest extends far beyond just romance novels. Due to that, she is rather knowledgeable. Sophia places the watch level first, and then she checks the position of the sun while spinning the watch. After staring at it for a while, she looks up.
太陽の位置がこうですから、こちらが南のはずですわ。
なるほど。
Nicole nods, wearing an unreadable expression. He draws the direction onto a piece of paper, creating a map.
あれこの地図って。
Guess I'm not gonna ask where you got that.
ああ、この島に着いてから見えた地形から作っておいた。あくまで大まかなものにはなるが。
Wow. One determines bearings from the position of the sun. The sun charts a map while walking. This is the Askrat siblings for you. I'm like, how did they learn all about the survival stuff? Like, they grew up nobles. Keith and I check the map as we move. After a moment, he stops in his tracks.
待って。ここに誰かの足跡が残っているみたいだ。
本当だな。草も倒れているし、誰かが歩いた形跡がある。
Is it Jordan? Is it their friends looking for food?
この先に歩いていったようですね。
As we follow the footprints, they are joined by more and more tracks. We look to one another.
足跡が4人分ある。しかも一つは小さい女性のもの。おそらくマリアたちのものだろ
う。じゃあ早速これを追って。
いや、ここは偵察に留めておいて、ジオルドたちと合流して追った方がいい。
そうですね。この足跡を見失わないよう目印を作っておきましょう。
He uses his magic to create a stone monument tall enough to be conspicuous.
これなら遠くからも見えるし、迷わず戻ってこられると思う。そろそろみんなも拠点に戻っているかもしれませんし。姉さんのお腹も減った頃だと思うしね。
My stomach growls as I realize how much time has passed. We finally found a clue, too. Actually, if Set's company is nearby, they could have heard us. I look around but cannot sense anyone. I sigh in relief.
ということで、この先を調べるのはまた後にするとして、一旦戻りましょう。
あ、そうだな。
We arrive at the cave to find Giorda's team had just returned with some food.
みんなよかった、無事みたい。それは。
I point out what Giorda is holding and he smiles.
ああ、カタリナが好きだと思いまして、鳥を捕らえてきたんです。
You got a bird.
無事に戻ってきてよかったです。
You got a bird.
鳥？鳥って鳥を？
ええ、以前本で読んだことがあった罠の仕掛け方を実践してみたんです。まさかこんなに簡単にいくとは思いませんでした。
He just read about it and then made one. That is the multi-talented prince for you. I guess.
それで俺は浜辺へ行って魚を取ってきた。
Wait, did he catch the bird to eat, or does he catch the bird for her? But you might like it. He might be eating it, I don't know.
私はちょうど果物のなっている木を見つけましたので、そちらを頂戴してきましたわ。
Ellen lays down the fish. Mary does the same with the fruit. Looking at the spread, we are in for a feast.
なかなかの収穫ね。じゃあ早速食べ。ってあれ？鳥と魚の調理ってどうやればいいんでしょう？
え？
調理ですか？
I look at Jiro and he gasps as if he just realized something. He awkwardly looks away.
あ
None of you know how to cook.
ソフィア、さばき方は知っているか？
いえ、申し訳ございません。さすがに魚や鳥のさばき方までは。
Yeah, they're all nobles here, so it would be a surprise if they knew how to cook those. In my previous life, I remember seeing my mother clean a fish, but I have no idea. I doubt anyone else here knows either.
でも魚はとりあえず木の枝に刺して焼けば食べられそうじゃないですか？
In the manga from my previous life, I think they roasted fish like that. Though, that would leave in the bitter parts, like the guts. But this is a fight for survival. We have no choice but to toughen up.
そうだな。じゃあとりあえず魚はそうやって焼くとして。
問題は鳥ですね。
Just skewer the bird too. It's fine.
ちなみにジオルド様って鳥の調理の仕方とか知っていたりは？
In both my lives, I have never experienced cleaning a full fresh caught bird, so I am out of ideas here. But Jordan, multi-talented as he is, might know. Sadly, he simply shakes his head, looking disappointed.
いえ、狩りで仕留めたことはあったのですが。
どうせそんなことだろうと思って果物を取ってきて正解でしたわね。もうこれだから考えの足りない殿方は困りますわ。
Look at her sly face. Mary begins to spread the fruit she picked. There are what appears to be raspberries, blueberries, bananas, and even mangoes.
さあカタリナ様、お腹が空いているでしょうし、お魚が焼けるまでこちらをどうぞ召し上がってください。
ありがとう、メアリー。いただきます。
I start off with the raspberry. It is tangy and delicious. It's great. We start to eat while the fish are roasting on skewers. As for the bird, we skewered it on a stick the same way, but we left the feathers on and the whole thing burnt. I mean, I would have done the same thing, so... Jordan sits alone in a corner. I have never seen him so depressed in my life. Oh, poor Giorno. He was trying to provide and he failed. I feel bad for him. After we finish eating, we split into teams, this time divided by men and women. The men will investigate the footprints we spotted earlier, the ladies will continue to search for food, and this time just get fruit. We've got to gather a ton of food to feed 7 people. Let's start looking. Even if we successfully rescue Maria, we have no idea how many days we will have to survive on this island. I move with motivation, determined to find enough for dinner and breakfast. Why hasn't the Vacuum showed up yet? I don't understand. As I walk, I spot a delicious-looking mushroom growing at the base of a tree.
あ、見て！あのキノコとか食べられそうじゃない？椎茸に似てるし。
Probably poisoned.
お待ちくださいカタリナ様。あのキノコには確か毒があったはずですわ。
え、そうなの？
How terrible, I almost poisoned my childhood friends. I look around to see if there's anything else, and then I spot a weed I remember eating as a child.
あの野草、前に食べて美味しかった記憶が。
The heck?
カタリナ様、野草を食べられたことがあるのですか？
Maybe it's a good thing she didn't go food hunting last time.
いやー、七草がゆが恋しくなったことがあって、野草を探してきてうちの料理人に調理してもらったのよね。
So it's only good because your cook made it good.
七草。でも確かにこちらの野草なら茹でれば食べられたはずですから取っていきましょう。 それにしてもカタリナ様は食べられる野草に詳しくていらっしゃるのですね。
Of course she would be. She's probably tried all sorts of stuff.
これに関してはたまたまよ。それに植物全般の詳しい知識はメアリの方がずっと知っているじゃない。
そんなことはありませんわ。
Harry turns away looking bashful as other plants catch my eye during the search. She offers information about them. Her knowledge of greenery impresses me all over again. We continue walking until we come to an opening in the trees.
綺麗な花畑ですね。
ずいぶんと可愛いお花だけれど、これは食べられるのかしら。
I crouch down to get a better look and Mary squats next to me, cupping a flower in her hand.
クイードに自生する植物で、確か葉と茎の部分は食用にもなったはずです。
本当？じゃあこのお花も食材として摘んでいきましょう。それにしてもやっぱり植物について詳しいわね。さすがだわ、メアリー。
I praise her as I pick some flowers. Mary smiles bashfully.
カタリナ様が褒めてくださった緑の手に恥じないように常々勉強を続けているだけですわ。
As Mary says that, she gazes at me with fervor. Do you want to watch the number scenario? Happily loving someone. During a break from school, I was spending my time at home. That morning, I woke early to tend to the flowers in the garden.
よかった。綺麗に咲いていて。
That day, I was meeting Lady Catarina for the first time since our vacation commenced. She had thoughtfully invited me over to her house. Since the day of our promise, I had been sure to take extra care with my flowers. I loved my flowers and was always sure to give them the utmost attention, but knowing these were for the person I loved motivated me further still.
カタリナ様は喜んでくれるかしら。
I selected the most beautiful blooms amongst them and cut their stems as I thought of her smile. Unlike at the academy, I was unable to meet with her every day on vacation. So when given the chance to see Lady Catarina, I was determined to roll up my sleeves and get to work.
この花を引き立たせるにはこちらの黄色い花が良さそうですわね。
I carefully put together a bouquet while I was thinking of Lady Catarina. Fully prepared, I made my way for the Clay's estate. Before anything else, I offered my handmade bouquet to Lady Catarina.
カタリナ様、今日はお招きくださりありがとうございます。
I greeted her properly and she took the bouquet. Lady Catarina's eyes sparkled as she smelled the flowers.
いい匂い。とっても綺麗に咲いているし、もしかしてメアリが育てているお花？
ええ、今朝咲いていたものの中から一番綺麗なものを選んで持ってきました。
嬉しいわ。ありがとうメアリー。早速部屋に飾らせてもらうわ。
It was heartwarming to see Lady Catarina's cheerful smile. It made my efforts waking up early to elaborately arrange them all worth it. The flowers I gave Lady Catarina that day were amongst the best I ever grew, if I may say so myself. Their beauty was unmatched.
待っててね。しおれないように花瓶に入れてくるから。
Lady Catarina turned around down the hallway. However, she was intercepted by Duchess Clay's midway, who seemed to warn her against running in the mansion.
助けに入った方がいいかしら。
If it was Lord Keith, I would have been at her side in a heartbeat, but I could not speak back to the lady of the house.
カタリナ様のお母様の心象も大事にしたいですし、こういう時にこそキース様がカタリナ様をフォローしてくださればいいのに。
Lord Keith, ever by her side, the two of us made an excellent team, our mutual goal to stop Prince Giordo's advancement. But as he was the heir of the Clay's house, he was undoubtedly a busy man. If he were anything but, he would certainly have been at her side already. I stood there, frustrated at my helplessness, but Lady Catarina looked down at the flowers and said something to the Duchess. Considering her nature, it was probably something like, I didn't want the flowers to wither.
なんだか声が聞こえるようですわ。
Duchess Clays turned to Anne with a tired look. Lady Catarina handed the flowers to her and ran back to me at full speed. I also noted that the flustered Duchess Clays was biting her tongue, likely due to my presence. I smiled wryly.
いやー、ごめんねメアリー。お花が綺麗だったからついテンションが上がっちゃって。それより今日はいい天気だからサンルームでお茶にしない？
ぜひ。
よかった。実はさっきアンに今日もらった花束をそっちに持って行って飾ってもらうようにお願いしたの。
Lady Catarina smiled a toothy grin. I was satisfied that she was pleased with the gift. They were only flowers. Usually a lady would simply hand them off to a maid to have them placed somewhere. In truth, the flowers I gave to other noble ladies were often handled in this manner. It was a normal courtesy of high society. But Lady Catarina was not like that. She would cherish my flowers because she knew all the efforts I had put into them. I loved that about her.
やっぱりカタリナ様ともっと長くいられるように私も努力しなくてはなりませんわ。
Once we graduate and Lady Catarina marries Prince Giordo, that scheming prince will do whatever he can to have her all to himself. I may be his brother's fiancé, but even if we marry, I am certain that Giordo will be no less defensive. That is why I will never accept their marriage.
まあカタリナ様を独り占めしたい気持ちは私もよくわかりますけれど。
メアリー、どうしたの？
I smiled and shook my head at Lady Catarina, who looked puzzled.
いえ、なんでもありませんわ。早速お茶にしましょう。
I went to the solarium with Lady Catarina. Upon arrival, I found the bouquet was already present and decorated, and was as conspicuous of others as ever.
うわー、もらった時も綺麗だったけれど、こうして飾るともっと素敵ね。さすがメアリの育てた花だわ。
Lady Catarina looks pleased with the flowers all over again. Oh, how wonderful it would be if I could look at the smile forever. Once she complimented me, saying I had a green thumb. To live up to that, I wanted to grow more flowers that make her smile. With my visit concluded, I returned home and went out into the garden once more. As I looked at the flowers shimmering in the sunset, I wondered what to grow next.
でもせっかくですし次の機会にはまた違うお花をお送りしたいですわ。カタリナ様。
Catarina's name is not even in there, but okay, whatever. Every time I would bring a bouquet with a new look. Flowers bloom in different seasons, so I made use of a wide variety. But if I could, I wanted next time to be truly astonishing. What should I grow?
カタリナ様が子供の頃好きだった花をまた植えてみてもいいですし。あ、新しく国外の花の苗を取り寄せてみるのもいいかもしれませんわ。
Recently, I had been considering taking Lady Catarina off somewhere abroad. And so I had been studying foreign flowers. There were still so many flowers of this world I knew nothing about. Among them, a few could be imported to Sorcière, though the variety was still rather limited.
珍しい花を見せたらまた喜んでくれるかしら。
As I looked over my blooming garden in the sunset, I imagined Lady Catarina receiving my next bouquet and smiling. Mary really is amazing. She is already so great, the flower of noble society, yet she still puts so much effort into bettering herself. Speaking of which, Mary has always been a hard worker ever since we were kids. I became friends with her after asking her for advice on how to better grow my vegetables in my field at home. Back then, Mary spent so much time researching vegetables and helped tend to mine so they could recover. I still cherish the memory of us harvesting together.
じゃあメアリの手は今も変わらず緑の手なのね。
I hold her hand and she smiles happily. My best friends, Mary, Sophia, and Maria. I want all of us to return to Sorcière together. With that, I steel my resolve and pick more flowers to eat. To eat.
じゃあメアリの手は今も変わらず緑の手なのね。
Lady Catarina's words fill my heart up to the brim. After all this time, she still remembers. She reassures my efforts were worth it. When we were only children, she told me I had a green thumb. If not for Lady Catarina of that moment, the merry hunt of today would not be here. If not for our encounter on that day. As the fourth daughter of the Marquis Hunt, I was treated coldly by my 3 elder sisters. It was because they were half-sisters. My mother was a woman of lower status.
赤褐色の髪の汚らしいこと、身分の低さが溢れ出ているわ。
That's not very nice.
品がないわ、身の程知らず。あなたは厄介者だわ。
Every day they lashed out at me. My heart grew weak and timid, and I was terrified of interacting with other people. The only place I could escape was to the courtyard. Caring for the plants there in secret was my only source of joy. But not long after, I met Catarina Clays. She first approached me during a tea party hosted by the Hunt family. I was too overwhelmed and escaped the tea room into the garden. But it was there that Catarina showered my plants with praise. Before I knew it, I had been invited to the Duke's Clay's home by Lady Catarina. She said that her farm plants were suffering and asked if I might have a look.
Mary, 本当にありがとう。あなたのおかげで畑もすっかり元気になったわ。
She said that to me one day after I visited the Clay's household numerous times.
いいえ、カタリナ様が頑張られたからですわ。もう枯れてしまうかもしれないと思っていたのに、メアリは本当にすごいわ。そんなことありませんわ。
I was never complimented like that before, so I denied it out of reflex. Lady Catarina had always been so bold, cheerful, and positive. She is a wonderful person. Every time she praised me, I felt my confidence blossom a little bigger. I became strong enough to stand on my own. And stand up against everyone else too. Though I had only helped in the smallest of ways, I was glad that I had been of assistance to Lady Catarina. As I savored that sense of accomplishment, Lady Catarina mumbled something.
メアリの手は緑の手なんだわ。緑の手？そう、緑の手。植物を育てる才能ある人の特別な手よ。
As she said that, she held my hand firmly in hers.
特別な手。
He's so cute.
そう、メアリは植物を育てる才能にあふれた特別な手を持っているのよ。私の手が特別？ええ、緑の手を持つメアリは特別で素晴らしい存在だわ。
The constant barrage of insults from my sisters made me feel useless, but Lady Catarina blew all of that away. She said I was special and wonderful. That's how I could say goodbye to my timid and cowardly younger self.
それでカタリナ様の隣に堂々と立てる存在になると決めたんですわ。
And so I am searching for the finest of wild plants for her. Once we rescue Miss Maria, we will all head home together. All of my efforts have led to this moment. I will not hesitate and put all my effort into the task at hand. After finding those flowers at the patch, we head back to the cave, but soon I sense a presence in the distance. Is that Giordo's group? Just as I am about to approach, Mary and Sophia tug me backwards.
カタリナ様、待ってください。見てください。海賊です。
It's about time they showed up. They've been like lounging about for like a day and a half while the ship caught up. That doesn't make any sense. Pirates? I almost shot aloud but managed to cover my mouth with both hands. Past the bushes are pirates from the Vinculum. They've already landed? It's like their boat's faster than a ship. I don't understand. Whatever. We came ashore during the rainstorm, but now that the skies have cleared, there is nothing stopping them from landing too.
急いでお兄様たちと合流しましょう。そうね。
The moment the pirates are out of sight, Sophia uses her wind magic to contact Nicole's team. We all hurry back to the cave to discuss.
ということで、ついに海賊たちが島に入ってきたみたいで。
I was hoping for some more group CGs for my thumbnails, but there's not very many of those.
まあ予想通りのタイミングですね。
ああ、だが俺たちもノーディンコたちが身を潜めている場所を特定できた。
Well, that's good.
本当ですか？
ああ、マリアの姿は確認できなかったが、ノーディンコーとフレデリック卿が小屋に入っていくところを確認できた。
おそらくあそこを拠点として彼らの仲間か何かの救助を待っているのでしょう。その前にマリアを救い出さないといけません。
Right, we need to hurry and save Maria, or she'll be forced to marry Seth or something. I can't say for certain, but if they're so fixated on adorable Maria, I can only assume that's why. Maria, please be safe.
では今取ってきた食材で食事を作りましたから、腹ごしらえをしたら急いで行きましょう。
メアリー、もう作ってくれたの？というか鍋持ってたの？
In response to my shock, Mary swishes elegantly while putting away the pot. She smiles.
上陸する直前に出てきた食器や鍋のいくつかを水の魔力ですすいで持ってきておきましたの。
How convenient. Wow. That's Mary, all right. Perfectly prepared.
こちらの野草はアク抜きが必要だと本に書いてあったので、茹でて焼き魚に添えさせていただきました。
おいしそう。さすがね、メアリー。
大したことではありませんわ。調味料もテーブル用に置かれていたものしか持ってこられませんでしたし。
Mary shakes her head modestly, but being able to boil food in a place like this is no easy feat. Most noblewomen never learn how to cook in the first place. For her to be able to do something like this is almost unheard of.
じゃあこれを食べたらいよいよマリアを救出しに行きましょ
いえ、もう日が暮れるので森を歩くのは危険です。海賊たちも夜には動かないでしょうから、明朝日の出とともに動くとしましょう。
でも
キャンベルさんならきっと大丈夫だよ。小屋があったのは姉さんたちが海賊を見たところからかなり離れていたし。
俺も念のため風の魔力で音を拾うようにしておく。何か動きがあったらすぐにわかるはずだ。
それに夜の森は迂闊に歩けないという面ではあちらも同じだと思うからね。キャンベルさんたちも少なくとも朝まではあの小屋から動かないと思う。
ああ、それに今日一日探索してソフィアも疲れているようだ。一晩休んで万全の体制を整えていった方がいい。
ああ、そうよね。
It is true that everyone is exhausted from searching all day. If we force ourselves to act now, we may just get into danger. We decide to rest for tonight and gather around to eat the roasted fish and boiled weeds. Boiled weeds. My stomach is entirely empty after today, so it really hits the spot.
それで小屋にはどのように突入しますか？
そうですね。相手は確かノーディン公とベルダー公爵、そして海軍少将のフレデリク卿ですが。
And the pirates.
一番気をつけるべきは軍人であるフレデリク卿だろうな。
でも ライル様はソルシエの方ですし、魔法での攻撃にも気をつけた方がいいのでは？
He has no magic.
いえ、それには及びませんよ。ベルダー公爵は魔力を持っていないはずですから。
And that doesn't surprise me that he would know that.
そうなんですか？
It is true that some nobles were born without magic, but such people are rare, so it is a surprise to hear that. Well, I barely have any either, so I guess it isn't that shocking.
とはいえ、貴族として剣術のたしなみくらいはあるはずだ。体格もそれなりにある。動きに気を配る必要はあるだろうな。
He's not trained in swordplay. He wouldn't take your sword in your route, Alan. All he wanted was his dagger.
ええ、それにさすがにクイードの宰相たちの前では僕とアランも魔力を使うわけにはいきませんからね。海賊から奪ったサーベルがあるとはいえ、戦力は心もとありません。気を引き締めていきましょう。
おー！
正直、姉さんたちにはこの洞窟で待っててもらいたいんだけどね。
ただ待っているだなんてできないわ。マリアのピンチだもの。
カタリナ様が行くなら私もついていきますわ。もちろん私もご一緒します。
まあ、海賊がうろついている今、この洞窟も決して安全とは言えないか。
No, because what if they find it?
ああ、全員でまとまって行動する方が安全なはずだ。
ええ、それが多分最善ですね。
Maria, wait for us. We're coming to save you. I clench my fist and finish my meal to build up energy for tomorrow. And the next morning, we all head to the hut that Keith's group found. Oh. We blast through the door to find Maria exhausted and leaning against the wall. Sluggishly, she looks up, her eyes wide.
カタリナ様。
マリア、今すぐ助けるから。
I bet it's a trap.
姉さん、危ない！
Just as I'm about to run to Maria, a hand pulls me back. Oh. The tip of a sword passes inches from my face.
外したか。
フレデリック様。
Told you it was a trap.
お前たちがなぜここに？ああ、いやいや、ちょうどよかった。皆さん、そろそろ救援が来るはずですので、ぜひこちらの小屋でおくつろぎください。
マリアをさらっておいて、よくもそんなことを言えるわね。
さらっと？まさか。私たちは海賊の魔の手からマリア城を助けようと思っただけですよ。
Whatever.
キャンベルさんの具合がずいぶん悪そうに見えますけれど。
あなたたちは僕たちを見捨てて彼女だけをさらった相手です。
悪いけれど、マリアのことは返してもらうわ。いでよ、土バカ。
なんだ
I unleash Earth Bump, and it rises the earth just beneath Set's feet, causing him to fall on his rear. Richard's expression stiffens.
貴様、よくも閣下を。お前のように何の価値もない女が。
Richard swings his sword only to be parried by Giorno's saber.
価値がない。一体誰のことを言っているのですか？
Aww. Yay, protect her, come to her defense. She's not worthless.
お前たちには怪しいところが多すぎる。悪いがマリアを取り戻した後に話を聞く必要があるようだ。
I'm sorry, Giorno with a sword just makes me love him even more.
ああ、乗客を見捨てて逃げたビンクルム号の責任者として聞きたいこともたくさんあるからな。
Oh.
さあマリアさんを返しなさい。
Rao's not having a good time. I think he feels bad. Mary uses her magic to splash water in Rao's face. In that opening, Alan leaps forth. Seeing that Rao is out cold, Nicole unleashes his magic.
なんだこれは。
Well, he sounds like he's choking. That scrambles to his feet only to be blasted by a gust of wind, knocking him to the ground again.
よし、これでいいな。
今のうちに縛るわよ。
With set everyone unconscious, Mary and Sophia bind their hands with rope. Phew, that should do it.
カカ、よけも。
I know, he's so mad.
あなたの相手はこちらです。
Frederick tries to rush to Seth's aid, but Jordan steps before him, deflecting his blade once more. Frederick is knocked back, but only by a step. He regains his stance in an instant and swings at Giorno.
さすがクイード海軍少将のフレデリック卿ですね。ですがこれは1対1の対決ではありませんから。
Giorno smiles. In that moment, Keith makes his move.
はっ。
何？
I was wondering when he was going to like tie him up with a golem. Goodbye. Keith uses his magic, creating a large golem from the ground beneath Frederick. It wraps around his entire body, suspending him in the air.
なんだこれは。土の魔力で作った人形です。抵抗してももう無駄ですよ。
離せ。
He tries to struggle, but Keith's giant golem is tough and does not budge. He sure is amazing. He's unbeatable on land. We beat them all, but Maria.
カタリナ様。
Maria appears to be fatigued, so I quickly run to help her. Tears flow down her cheeks as she tightly grips the hem of my dress.
マリア、大丈夫？ひどいことをされたの？
いえ、大丈夫です。ただ、カタリナ様の顔を見たら安心してしまって。
She must have been so scared. She was kidnapped and taken to who knows where. When I think of what she must have been through, my rage begins to burn. I don't care if he's the premier or whatever. This is unforgivable. I have to find out why he tried to kidnap Maria. That said, so comfort Maria is last, so we're gonna call for Mary.
メアリー、ちょっとこっちに来てくれる？
カタリナ様、どうされましたか？
マリアをお願いしたいの。私は宰相たちに聞きたいことがあるから。
Okay, we're going to go. I'm gonna call for Sophia now.
ソフィア、頼みたいことがあるの。
はい、なんでしょう。
マリアのそばにいてほしいの。私は 宰相たちに聞きたいことがあるから。
It's gonna be the same. Okay, it's gonna be the same. Okay, we're gonna comfort Maria and then probably still get a gunshot, so it's fine. Comforting Maria is more important. Seeing her cry, shoulders shaking, I hug her close.
大丈夫よマリア。私たちが来たからもう平気だからね。
カタリナ様。
Tears are still welling up in her eyes as she looks at me. Even as a woman, her gaze is so sweet that it makes my heart pound. Oh, really?
カタリナ様、マリアさんはどうして二人の世界に入っていますの？
What the heck?
カタリナ様、私も混ざります。
She wants to join in the intimacy.
え？いや、私はただマリアを慰めていただけで。
At that moment, the sound of a gunshot shakes the hut. We glance at one another before rushing outside. It's still there. Well, who is he shooting at?
シルバ
ー？よう、元気そうだな。このおてんば娘たち。
Yo, tomboys.
なーに俺らから逃げてくれてるんだ？獲物はいい子で部屋にいなきゃダメだろうが。
Too late for that. They're already left. We think the pirates find us now. After rescuing Maria, we intended to retake the Viculum, but things have just turned for the worse.
ここは一旦引きますよ。
Silva's not gonna let you retreat.
はい。
置いていくな。下ろせ。
Leaving set unconscious and Frederick still suspended by the golem, we flee. Where are you gonna go? They're not gonna let you go. We managed to circle back to where the ship is anchored, but...
おっと、それ以上はもう行かせないぜ。
So throughout this whole, like, common route ending, he's just gonna be the bad guy. That's kind of funny. We're not cornered on the cliff. There's nowhere to run. This is the cliff that you fell off to one of your dooms.
こうなったら僕が。
おっと、お前は土人形を作れるんだったな。ちょいと眠っててもらうぜ。
Take a little nap.
キース！
Silva closes the distance in an instant, striking Keith once across the neck and causing him to stumble and blink in surprise at his speed. He moved even faster than when he was chasing us. It seemed he was going easy on us earlier. Keith is unconscious and in the pirate's hands.
キースをどうするつもりなの？
どうするったって、この状況じゃ人質に使う以外にないだろう。
As a hostage. Silver grins, glancing at Keith. The rest of us look back at each other at a loss.
こうなったら
魔力を使えばこいつを撃つ。
He probably would too. He's a bad guy in this one.
キース！
But since we have read through the common route, Rosie told you to hurt anyone but Catarina. So we have, and plus we've already like went through all the routes. So we have the assumption that you're kind of good, maybe. Even if you've never read any of the routes. So what is going to happen?
さてと、こいつみてえに気絶させられたくはねえだろ。おとなしく降伏して船に戻れ。
嫌だと言ったら。
そりゃ実力行使をするまでだ。だが俺も獲物をむやみに傷つけたくはないんでな。おとなしくしときゃ痛い目には合わせないさ。
船長はあの白暗の悪魔って呼ばれて恐れられてるんだ。おとなしくしておいた方が身のためだぜ。なに、悪いようにはしないさ。船にいた時だって3食におやつまで出してたじゃないか。
And snacks.
そうそう。まさかカタリナ・クラエスがあんな大食い女だとは思わなかったが、ちゃんと居心地よくさせてたじゃねえか。
いや、あれは別に全部私のお腹に入ったわけじゃないけど。
別にごまかさなくていいぜ。たくさん食うのは悪いことじゃない。
He's completely misunderstanding.
妙ですね。僕たちをさっさと縛って連れて行けばいいのに、そうする気配がない。
ああ、何か意図があるのか。しかし時間稼ぎだとしても一体。
Then, from far in the distance, we hear the sonorous clang of a bell. Sybil looks up.
金の値が3つってことは、来やがったか。
Is it the king's army? Sybil looks out to sea, clicking his tongue in irritation. I follow his gaze to the horizon and spot a ship approaching.
あれはクイードの国旗。
ってことは、
あちらさんが嗅ぎつけてくる方が早かったか。いいところだったが、ここまでのようだな。
So he just so if you do the common route, like second's the earliest you could do it, I guess. Not to spoil anything. Sylva's portrayed as a bad guy during this whole thing. You never find out who Rosie actually is. Silva shrugs his shoulders, lowering the gun he had trained on Keith. Silva signals with his chin for the pirate beside him to untie Keith. Keith's body slumps to the ground, still unconscious.
Keith!
See, if they were real pirate bad guys, they could have used Keith still as a hostage even against the Knights of Quid, but whatever.
そんな強く撃ってねえから、すぐに目を覚ますはずだ。安心しな。
See, he's a good guy.
ねえさん。
ほらな。
キーズ、よかった、無事で。
にしても、まさか国王直属騎士団の船が直々にやってきちまうとはな。さすがに逃げきれなさそうだな。
No, that was your plan all along. You're just playing dumb. Keep them long enough for the Knights to show up and save everyone.
国王直属騎士団が。
あなたたちは逃げなくていいの？
Don't you guys have to run?
は
Someone looks at me blankly before bursting out laughing.
なんだ？俺らの心配でもしてくれるのか？まあこの状況であがいてもあちらさんとの戦力差からして無駄に仲間が傷つくだけだからな。男は潔さってのが大事なんだよ。
は
あ。So they're going to accept their capture? I thought we would fight to a bitter end. This is an unexpected development. The ship gradually draws closer. The Maria rescue mission concludes with an odd twist, but a win is a win. That's funny. We arrive at the beach and find the Knights of Quid have already come ashore. The pirates are being rounded up. The Viculum is also anchored nearby, and the pirates on board are being captured. Well, since they are of the king, they know who all these men are, so we'll just keep putting on a show.
口の利き方に気をつけろ。ほら、キリキリ歩け。
Wow, the pirates are all being captured. I get the feeling I am a party to something incredible. For some reason, Silva just waves at me and grins.
じゃあな、カタリナ。元気で過ごせよ。
He says, see you.
なんで私？
そりゃ変わったご令嬢だったからな。お前にも会えたし、なかなか面白い仕事だった。
What did he mean by that? Yeah, he got to beat Rosie's a famous, mysterious noblewoman.
無駄口を叩くんじゃない。ほら、さっさと行け。
へいへい。ったく、人使いが荒えな。
Someone mumbles as he walks, arms tied in rope. The Vikilan passengers have been temporarily evacuated. Everyone seems relieved and overjoyed to be rescued. I wonder if, like, Rosie would show up in his noble and be like, hey, yo.
ようやく助かりましたわ。
Make it look like it was all Rosie's plan that they got saved.
これで無事ソルシエに帰れるんだ。
Alright, the Quidian Knights have captured the pirates, so that means we can go home. As I conclude, I hear a familiar voice.
おーい、カタリナ
Well, there he is, but he's not in nobles.
ロジー？よかった無事だったのね。
うん、海賊たちに脅されてこき使われてはいたけれどね。よかった、カタリナたちが無事で。
Okay, so he's not pretending to be a hero.
まあ無事と言っていいものかは分かりませんが。
怪我もなく帰れそうなのは確かだな。
でもどうして急にクイードの船がこんな無人島に来たのかしら。
ああ、実は俺が監視の隙をついて救援用通信機を起動しておいたんだ。ここはクイードが近いから、それでクイードの騎士団が動いてくれたんだと思う。
なるほど。
There was another one of those emergency transmitters in Set's room too, but wasn't Set saying it didn't work? Well, he did say that there was one on the bridge, so Rosie probably used that one. Rosie is an engineer, so he should know how to work those devices. I guess Set really just didn't know. Set is an old gramps after all. He probably had no idea what to do with a strange machine. There are still some things which feel off, but everyone is safe, so I guess it's fine. That's because everyone is being so secretive. We were really saved by Rosie and his pirate crew.
いろいろ気になるところもありますが、まあクイード側の取り調べでいろいろとわかるでしょうしね。
Sure.
ソルシエに戻ったらクイードとやり取りをして調べるとしましょうか。
ああ、それがいいだろうな。
ところでノーディンコたちは置いてきてしまったが大丈夫だろうか。
Yeah, I know you left them all behind, didn't you?
え、うちの国の宰相様がどうかしたの？
They're all passed out on the island.
いやー、実はマリアをさらって変なことをしようとしてたからつい気絶させちゃって。
カタリナ様、別に変なことは特には、たださらわれただけですし。
What's she talking about?
とにかく急に襲ってきたので
Okay.
仕方なく気絶させてしまって。
この島の奥にいるから案内しよう。
ああ、うん、助かります。
Alright. Even with the circumstances, knocking out the premier of Quinn might have been the best idea. But with Giordo and the others here, I'm sure things will turn out fine. Rosie, a few knights, and the guys head into the forest. Those of us left behind look at each other and then turn to the sea.
じゃあみんなが帰ってくるまでせっかくだし海で遊びましょうか。
Go on the beach.
海でですか？
だってせっかく無人島に来られたんだもの。遊ばなきゃ損じゃない。でマリアはもしかして具合悪い？ビンクルム号に行って繊維のおじさんに見てもらった方がいいかしら。
いえ、ぜひカタリナ様と海で遊んでみたいです。
Maria smiles at me with the cutest smile in the world. I can feel myself bursting with happiness. Yay! What's she doing?
じゃあマリア、メアリー、ソフィア、助かった記念に遊ぶわよ。私についてきて。
はい。
I reach out my hand, and Maria cautiously grasps it. The hand of a best friend, the hand of someone I care deeply about. I am so deeply thankful we can protect this hand. Maria is still with us.
カタリナ様、待ってください。私とも手をつないでくださいまし。カタリナ様、私も手をつながせてください。
Hold my hand too. Mary and Sophia both pull on my arm. There was a possible doom flag from the Otome game Fortune Lover. The fanbook mentioned a chapter cut from the game where the ship transporting Catarina into exile was attacked and sunk by pirates. Well, our ship didn't sink, but the pirates were caught. Oh. Well, our ship didn't sink and the pirates were caught. So, it's just a regular old dream. The doom flag has been avoided. This is a cute picture. This will make for a great thumbnail. All because I managed to arrive at the friendship end of Fortune Lover. Yay! At the end. Oh, it's cute.
見て見て、みんな、カニが歩いているわ、カニよ。
カタリナ様、このまま波打ち際に行ってはドレスがまた濡れてしまいます。
そうしたらビンクルム号の大浴場にみんなで行きましょうよ。
カタリナ様と大浴場。
Oh my gosh, she just sent Mary into fantasy mode.
それにプールもライブラリーももっともっと堪能しましょう。だって海賊に襲われたせいで全然遊び足りないもの。待ってなさい、豪華客船。
Our extended spring vacation is not over yet. I have no doubt I will enjoy every moment with everyone until we get back to Sorcière. Wow, I'm so glad I didn't meet my doom. I embrace the feeling of freedom under the wide open sky. Looking up, there is nothing but blue as far as the eye can see. And with that, this bizarre pirate incident comes to a close. I like playing that last. It gives a nice, good ending to the entire game. Really nice. Aww, this song's even different. That's cute. Or I should say the CGs are different. What is happening? It didn't go into the end. Just I have a normal end.
特別な時間は ずっと輝いて見えますね。
Maybe it's under chapter.
ま、状況把握は基本だな。
Might be the normal end. Let me see if I got it first, I guess.
物足りない思いなんてさ。
破滅がそれとも
Oh yeah, normal end under the wide open sky. Okay, that was the whole thing. That was weird. Usually the endings happen after the happens after the song, but I guess not not this time. Well, that was really nice. I'm glad that I saved this for last, like I said before, because it added a really nice ending to the whole thing. It didn't just end with a specific character, it ended with all of her friends. Which was really cute. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. This is indeed the last episode of My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Rise of the Disturbance. Hope you guys had as much fun watching it as I had playing it. So even though this is the last episode, as far as playing the game, I will leave a review of the endings. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that. I hope this game does get a fan disc in the future because I would very much like it. Catarina is so funny. And she got voiced in this whole thing too, which is nice. Unfortunately, the next game, if it is Code Realize, the main character is not voiced, so the only personality you get is whatever the words say and how I can portray those words through my voice, which is not going to be as good as Japanese voice acting, let's face it. So, but I hope you guys like it all the same. If you guys did like this episode, please leave a like down below. Check out all my other videos. There's like 40 something of them in total. And I'm gonna list the playlist at the end of this video as well, which might already be on screen. Anyways, subscribe if you want to see more content in the future, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.